Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to this course syllabus video. Okay, so in this video, we're going to be talking about the syllabus. So I know that you have the syllabus quiz that you need to fill out, and I'm pretty sure you could read through this and understand what's going on, but I just want to take this opportunity and record a video and give you guys a speaking voice to the syllabus. So, as you've seen many times, you know that this is a fully online course. It's Math 240. It's 3 units, and our section number is 7408. Okay, and you know that me, Matt Escajeda, is your teacher for this course, and you could reach me on my email, but it's always easier through Canvas, and you can also reach out through Pronto. Okay, so my office hours stated a lot throughout the course and other videos. It is Monday through Thursday, uh, mostly in person. Okay, but if you need to, let me know if you need a Zoom. Okay, Zoom links there. But most of my hours are in person right after my other classes. But if you need to go on Zoom, just let me know and we can make it happen. All right. Okay, so required materials, like we stated before, you need some type of graphing application, graphing calculator, or get used to Desmos. Okay, we're going to be doing some calculations, solving some integrals, things like that. I would suggest maybe like a three-ring binder, line paper, pencil, and eraser if you don't use a tablet. And so what we also need to do is somehow acquire the textbook, okay? Differential equations with boundary value problems. I'm using the 8th edition. Dennis Zill, and Warren Wright. I need to get this textbook. Doesn't have to be the seventh edition. It could be, excuse me, it doesn't have to be the eighth. It could be the seventh, ninth, etc. Okay. But we need to get this textbook because there will be homework problems out of text. Okay. For each section. You could find a free PDF online. So you don't need to go out and buy one. You could find a free one online and just share it with each other, maybe. I just can't give it to you for copyright reasons. Okay. So with that being said, with that being said, um, let's go ahead and keep moving. So, uh, course description, this is a study of various methods of solution to ordinary differential equations using analytical methods. So, separation of variables, Laplace, variation of parameters, undetermined coefficients, graphical methods, slope fields, direction fields, phase, plane analysis, and a numerical method. Okay. So, class delivery, how will this class work? So, the class works through weekly modules. So, there will be a weekly module for each week, so about 16 weekly modules. Okay, so within each weekly module, there will be specific content covered. So we'll cover specific content for the week. I'll have lecture videos, I'll have notes for that week. And we'll have specific assignments related to that uh, lecture and notes that will be out of the textbook. Okay. The assignments will be out of the textbook that I said. Okay, so make sure to get that. And yeah, I provide lecture videos and lecture notes for the content that we're learning. Okay, so much like in this section. What else? Online drop policy. So it's kind of like if it was an in-person class, if you're not there like the first day or two, then you just get dropped from the class. So this is what the syllabus quiz and meet and greet discussion uh assignments are, is that if you don't do them, then you'll be dropped from the class. Okay, if you don't do them by the first week, you'll be dropped. And then, if you don't do anything for 2 weeks, you'll be dropped. And then if you don't want to be in the class anymore, you'll be dropped. Okay, so you guys are in Math 240, so you should be well accustomed to being studious and being students. So I'll leave that up to you. Okay. So grading summary, this class is just built into a couple components. Okay. Homework and lab assignments. All right. So we're gonna have homework each week, might have an occasional lab assignment here or there. But homework assignments is 15%. Our discussions are going to be 10%. Okay, so online class, online discussion is important. We're going to have an end of the semester project. That'll be about 15%. Quizzes about 10%. We'll have, I want to say weekly, not every week, but we'll have quizzes almost every week. Just on we'll just do it through Canvas. We'll have two exams, okay, each at 15%, and then a final exam. Okay, so homework and lab assignments. So each week we'll have a homework assignment. It'll be due every Thursday, okay? It's going to be a scanned PDF into the homework submission. So they'll be due on Thursday. So the homework from this week would be due next Thursday. Okay, that's how it works. It's always the next Thursday. And then let's say you can't do it by Thursday, you got some stuff going on. You have 72 hours to submit it with no penalty. So if you can't get it in by Thursday, you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday to submit the homework. Okay. And there will be problems out of textbook. Okay. There will be problems out of the textbook that you need to do. All right. And the solutions are in the back. Um, double check your work. All right. Now, discussions, this is where the online part gets in. So discussions are related to our homework assignments. It's easy to follow the prompts, but yeah, your posts for like a homework solution will be due by Monday. And then your responses for your peers in your discussion group setting, there's about like four of you per group, that will be due by Tuesday. Okay. So it's an assignment, it's like week one, lab week one homework discussion. Post a solution to the selected problems and respond to each other. Just don't duplicate. Okay. And there will be some Q&A discussion boards. Like I have one in this week as well, just like throw anything, like maybe like the link to the textbook. Okay. But yeah, so that's the way discussions work. All right. Um, quizzes, like I said, there will be a quiz almost every week. Okay. Maybe there's not one this week, won't be every week, but there'll be a quizzes here and there. And it'll be through my open math. There'll just be a couple questions from my open math. Do it. And then, I would like you to submit your work so that, it's not just throwing it into like ChatGPT or something, okay? And so exams, this is the big topic, okay? So two exams and a final, okay? No makeup exams, and then online class. So I have to assume academic integrity, okay? So this is the big sticking point, like how are we going to do exams? It varies, right? We're going to have exams, but I got to see how the class is at first. Like, is there a lot of AI use? Is there not? Um, so there might be some online proctoring software, but my main concern is that I want you to understand like what's going on in the class, okay? Like, I don't want you to stress about taking an exam and that you have to like cheat or something like that. And I don't even want to deal with like cheating on an exam. That's too much of a hassle for me. Um, so the main reason I would need some type of proctoring is to ensure that it is you taking the exam. Okay. I need to know it's you, that you're the student taking the exam, because we've had problems where someone else is taking the exam. Okay. So we'll see how it works, how the class goes by the exam time, but there could be some online proctoring. Um, okay. So that's what I would need to use. But yeah, so if there's just straight up AI copying, you get a zero. Okay. Um, and then after an exam, I'm gonna randomly select some students to have a brief Zoom meeting to discuss the exam. Okay. So we randomly selected. You'll have to meet with me. If you don't meet with me, then that's a red flag. Okay. So that's how exams will work. I know it's not too concrete right now. I just gotta see how the class goes, okay? Because if homework, everyone's like using AI, then I gotta do something, okay? So if you have any questions, just let me know about that, but it's still a little on up in the air. Okay, so project. Differential equations, we typically have a project at the end. that really just focuses on famous, uncovered in class differential equations. So you'll look at a differential equation and do some type of research project on it. You'll have plenty of time to work on your project. I think there'll be even 1 week where that's all you really have to work on just to get it done. You could work with other people if you want. I know it's weird in an online setting, but if you have friends in the class, you could work together on one. It'll make less project for me to grade, to be honest. Uh, but yeah, you're free to work in groups or um, it's up to you. But yeah, it's pretty fun. You get to explore your own creativity. Seen some great projects in the past, so it's later on this semester, but it's up to you. Okay, so math tutoring. So the main one for our campus is going to be Mesa. The math lab is closed for now for uh, bureaucratic reasons. Okay, so Mesa is the go-to. Other than that, it's just my office hours, or um, it's a little rough this semester. Okay, budget's been pretty tight. Okay, but Mesa's your best shot. Math lab's closed for now. I'll say for now. Or kind of my office hours. Okay. Student responsibilities, accommodation, religious holidays. I think you guys can get that. Okay, so teaching philosophy. My main thing is I want to make this course understandable and enjoyable and relax. Okay, I'm not going to trick you with anything. Okay, so everything is related to each other. Um, I'm not going to trick you. Trying to make this straightforward, relax, uh, easy to understand online course. Okay, so that's my goal. Artificial intelligence. Uh, hey, it's 2026. People use AI. You Google something, it's AI response. Okay. So you got to be feel comfortable doing it somehow. Okay. But in math, it's just such a hard thing because like sometimes you want to just throw it in ChatGPT right away. Okay. But that's not okay. It shortchanges your education. Okay. So if you're just straight up copying a AI solution, it's going to be easy to tell, and I'm going to give you a zero for it. Okay. So if you copy an AI solution entirely, it's going to give you a zero. Okay. You could use it to help you understand or something like that, but you don't want to just throw it into AI without trying it out and then just copying the answer. Like that's not going to help um, you or me. So use it, but don't abuse it. Okay. Use it, don't abuse it. Okay. Cheating, plagiarism, same thing. You get a zero. And then here's our course student learning outcomes. If you want to check those out. So we're going to be learning this semester. And then that's pretty much it. So here's our tentative schedule. I could change things here and there, but that's pretty much the setup for this semester, week by week, what we're going to learn for each section. So this section is like introduction, 1.1, 1.2. We're going to take it a little easy this week. Not too content heavy, just like vocabulary and maybe a problem or two. And then some homework and lab discussion and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's the way the weeks will work. It's just 1 week after another, we're learning a couple sections, homework, discussion, and then um, staying on track. Okay, so I think that's about it for this syllabus video. Once again, you have a syllabus quiz. You're probably on this already. And then if you have any questions, just let me know. But other than that, I'll see you in some other videos. All right, take care.